Greetings.
Thank you. Hello everyone, I'm Trident, also as known as SNAS, which is my Discord name. Today I'll be running Painted Armor at 100%. It consists of running 5 scenarios, and that's it. One scenario can be run twice, which is Pirate Cove. You can play both day and night mode. What I'm going to do is I'm going to run regular 100% and one extra Pirate Cove map for the fate of the traitor. My commentator would be Ragged Dan, which is also another great runner. Do you have anything to add, Ran?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. The incentive will take place on Pirate Cove night, I think we decided, because we run it twice and the traders on both of them, but it'll be a bit of a faff to do it twice, I think, so it's do it on night. Is that good? Alright, so the time starts pretty much when you jump into the first level. Which one are you going for first, out of the 6, technically?
Yeah, I'm going to run Pirate Cove day first and
cool.
Pirate Cove night last.
Alright, 3, 2, 1, go. So each of the levels in Paint the Sand Red, well, the enemies in each of the levels are built on a voxel physics system, so it's quite fun for viewers and alike to watch. There's a different sort of route and strategy for each level in this game. On Pirate Cove, the first thing we need to do is take out enough enemies and get enough power in the bottom, and you'll see the shockwave ready comes up. We need to get enough power to aggravate enemies on this level and drag them out onto the pier. When trying to stand enough of that, and enemies have followed them out onto the pier, he's going to be able to throw them all into the ocean, which is a first big time save. I know that, as Neris mentioned earlier, that this is the incentives. You can either opt for the bloodthirsty or the pacifist route, but the whole game is very bloodthirsty. Must be said. That was a brilliant shockwave. Awesome. Okay, so now you're moving on to the rest of the level. So I should explain, there are 5 levels in this game. One of them, Pirate Cove, can run day or night, but they're in sort of different time periods. This one's in the 1700s, and we have a Western Saloon, 90s bar, and a 70s disco sort of level. And yeah, we had a bunch of killed enemies. For each killed enemy, you get some power. Shockwave is being used, throwing enemies into the ocean, which immediately kills.
Oops.
Whoa.
Sorry about that.
I think it's a keybind issue.
Right.
Okay, no problem. Using a sword so far, which is one of, depending on, there are different weapons in the level. The swords and sharp weapons are the most optimal to kill people with. If you cut anyone's legs off, or their body in half, or their head off, or whatever, that'll immediately kill them. Otherwise, they take a bit longer, or you might be able to get them one hit if you contact the brain at all. That's how enemies tend to collapse in this mode. That's Pirate Cove day done, so we'll revisit that on night at the end for the incentive. I think now we're moving on to Disco, which is hated and feared in the community, but also it's probably got the best OST, probably the most fun level to play casually, I'd say. There's one big enemy in this, the katana boss. We're going to Trine's going to grab his katana by executing him immediately if possible with nunchucks. He takes quite a number of hits to fall, I must say. Probably the hardest enemy. I think he's the hardest enemy in all the scenarios. Trine might be able to confirm that. Yeah, now we have the katana. It has a huge amount of durability compared to every other weapon in the game. So by removing the legs of each and every one of the dancers in this club, you can very quickly exterminate the level. It is absurd to watch sometimes, especially if you've never seen this game. There's also, because the katana broke really quickly there, that was terrible luck. We're going to grab this cane from the corner, which has the power to explode people's heads, which is a little unrealistic, but it's definitely, I'd say, the most fun weapon. It's a pimp cane sort of object. You see the OST kicking in by Nosehead. Yep, 9 enemies left again, so there are a few guards coming in the door in a minute. We're resorting to this cleaver. There's also one more knife behind the bar, and then the guards coming through have a few extra weapons. And the objective of this run, I should say, is to kill every enemy in all the scenarios, so that's what we're doing every single time. Oh god, this is another tough one. One more guy. Alright, awesome. That's Disco finished. Moving on to prison. So we've been very, this is quite criminal behavior, killing several hundred people in different time periods. This is a strat Trent's doing here, throwing the tray through the floor. We can get a few friends on our side. They have a green sort of happy face above their heads. They'll now help us kill people, and they'll also help him. They'll also dive for him, which normally only the player can kill enemies in this game. They can die by themselves from other enemies, which is a really big help on time save. Grabbing this taser, when he's now going to go and grab a shotgun, which is quite well hidden on this shelf. It is probably the most powerful weapon per shot, eliminating huge proportions of the level. If you jump, it's actually a lot more effective because the pellets sort of hit more people, especially in groups. So after the shotgun's been spent, I think that a bike boss will come out, right? And he has a machete, which you saw in Disco. Unfortunately, a lot of this run is just beating people over the head with whatever you can find. I mean, everything's a weapon. That's sort of the marketing point, I think, for this game. The only reason the estimate's so high for this run is because if dying is really catastrophic, you have to reset the whole level. So, I mean, I don't think that'll happen. So that's why we've got an extra part of the run. Yep, Machete's taking out all his last stragglers. I'm not sure. Oh yeah, this is extremely annoying. If this was a competitive run, this would be an absolute, like, I don't know, run ender of some kind. These trays are surprisingly powerful as well. I think they're made of metal. It doesn't seem too realistic, but hey, 9 enemies left again. And the last 10 enemies of every level is just going to be killing everyone with whatever bits of rubbish you can find. It's usually... Oh, there's a taser left. Nice. Very cool.
Yeah, tasers are pretty powerful in this game.
It's a very unique for being able to electrocute people with this horrendous effect. Oh, yeah, there's one more. Enemies falling over is always a pain in this game. What are you planning to run next out of the other levels?
Now we are moving on to Biker Bar.
Right, nice. There's a pretty good time for a donation, I suppose, because there's nothing too special at start of Biker Bar, if there are any.
Yeah, sure. Thank you very much. So, starting off here with $5 by our card, without a message, but it's going towards the incentive of this game. And currently we have a little bit of a pickle here because Kill and Spare are both at $45 here.
Oh no.
So somebody here has to do something here. And
yeah, someone's got to donate. I don't know. I'm personally for the Bloodlust gang. I'd rather see the traitor killed, but that's just me. So there's a few different machetes in this level we can use. I think you've already used all of them. There's one in the ceiling. There's one on the moose head. There's one the biker boss has. We saw him in prison briefly with a machete. I think this is the precursor to prison.
There should be one on the ground, but I can't seem to find it.
Oh yeah, that does happen a lot. I think that baseball bat will always also work. The chairs in this game are brilliant. I think in the main community people love them because they break apart really easily and they're amazing fun. Also pool cues, they break apart easily but they're a great stabbing implement. This strategy he's doing here, shockwaves, I've previously talked about. Basically a lot of enemies on the top floor have now been aggravated and they're going to come downstairs. Or into this kitchen, or wherever. There are a huge number of people following you now. This is more than I would usually expect.
Yep, same.
There's also a knife in this fridge, but it's an absolute pain to open. So, yeah, the shockwaves drag so many people in. Oh, no.
That's unfortunate.
Okay, it doesn't matter. That's why we have the highest we can reset. Also, I think you got a bit unlucky with the weapons at the start.
Right.
But I can explain this now, I suppose. There's a machete on this moose for whatever reason. I don't know, I think that the owner of this bar plays a cruel trick on the player by hiding all these extremely fragile weapons all over his bar. Oh no. On top of this bar there's a knife, yep, see the machete. Oh, it's a very tricky, yeah, there you go. That was actually really well done, nice. I think this unfamiliar DPI is probably getting to you, but Biker Bar is, I don't know if it's the most difficult level, but I think Saloon is probably the most tough level, which we'll get on to. But it's certainly a level with a lot of different weapons that you can be torn apart by. Nice, okay, there's the other machete. It's the biker boss head. People lunge at you out of nowhere in this game, it can happen. Oh yeah, luckily they'll fight each other occasionally out of nowhere, which is big help.
Okay, alright. I mean, I die on this level a lot.
I think
that's unfortunate.
Yeah, even though this is not the hardest level, it throws you off guard a lot. We've already done this bit. If there is another donation, this is a great time. We've already seen it.
Yes, absolutely. We got $150 by Cree55, which I suppose is pronounced Chris. And it's saying, hey, Yese, I wish the best of luck to all the runners and thanks for the amazing event. And thank you so much for your generous donation. We have time for one more?
Yeah, sure, because we've seen this a little.
Right. So we got $11 by Anonymous without a comment. Thank you for that. We got $20 by Yeet a Dog XD saying,
no.
by the way, Nas, I got the sub 8 double point D.
I don't believe him.
Yeah, I don't believe me either. He's another runner.
He's currently the second place on the leaderboard, Eat a Dog, and he said he'd donate if he broke the world record for this category during the run. I don't really believe sub 8 minutes is possible. We've already gone 9 minutes. But maybe it is. I'm not sure because there's a fairly big RNG factor in this game where weapons they can break in either a ton of hits or not very many hits at all. Yeah, this section is awful.
I mean, I got more if you want.
Yeah, you can do because this is the kitchen section, which everyone just you just stab people over and over again, and then it goes on and on and on.
Awesome. We got $5 by Meta saying, this run is totally absurd. I love it.
I think I agree with you, Meta.
We also got $10 by Anonymous saying, we have enough red. Spare the trader.
Also, we've got, sorry to interrupt you. We've got the Boxer is another boss in here, which I think we might have seen earlier, but he is also a hard hitter, bit of a pain, especially on the arenas, which we're not looking at, but that's in the rest of the game. If there's another one, that's...
Yeah, we got $5.01 by Polister, the big brain, saying, hey, it's your friendly neighborhood Polister here to remind you, blood for the blood god. Kill the traitor.
All right, marvelous. So that's in the lead, I assume.
I quickly need to double check, but I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I think we've got past the section where the most death occurs, but that doesn't mean things can't go wrong. I won't jinx it. Yep, another baseball bat, which is one of the last weapons. I think we should be getting towards 10 enemies left, but they're all stuck downstairs. This is another run killer. Even though you use the shockwaves to drag enemies near you, it doesn't always work out. Yeah, I'd say play it safe from here. This is a tough situation. Oh, there are people left over here. How did that happen?
I don't know, they don't usually come here. But
Yeah, just to quickly give you the update here, we got
Yeah.
Kill the Trader with $55.01 and Spare the Trader with $55.
Oh.
So currently the 1 cent of Polister is currently making Kill the Trader in the lead.
All right, where's this last guy? This is interesting. Downstairs, maybe? I'm not sure. That's usually a
could be.
big point. Upstairs?
Yeah, let me check.
Very occasionally in this game, you can shockwave people out of the map, so they just fall through the floor or the walls or whatever. Can happen. I don't usually see people upstairs that are stuck by themselves, though. We'll find them, don't worry.
Yeah, let's hope we find them.
Oh, there.
he's
Okay.
here.
I don't know what he's doing. That is outrageous. All right. Possibly the worst level in the game, I'd say. So what are we moving on to? Yeah, sorry. Saloon, awesome. So this is the 1800 Saloon. This is a real zany bar fight sort of thing. I mean, if the last one wasn't, then this certainly is. There's also one of the only other gun that will probably be used in this run, the 6-shooter revolver. There's one boss who's an absolutely terrible fight, and he's dead. All right, yeah, this pistol is extremely powerful on this level, but I think when I'm running Saloon, I have a lot of problems with it. I've also got this sort of serrated saw, which is just a reskin of the machete we saw earlier. I've also got, yep, kitchen knife. There are so many knives on this level, it's absolutely ridiculous. There's a couple stuck in the ceiling, I think, up here. And grab as well. This broom is surprisingly effective. I'm not sure about that. Shockwave to bring everyone closer to him. For the rest of the level, that is. Yep, this will be a penultimate level. There's also fire pokers and stuff. They're not very useful, but sometimes. If you're really running out of weapons. Yeah, and this is where people tend to start crowding you. There's another saw in this back room. What strategies can I talk about on this level, I wonder? Well, there's another good time for a donation because it's just like, if there is anything else, there's pretty much just killing a few more enemies coming towards him.
Yeah, sure, no problem. I'm sensing a trend in this game.
I think this is probably the last time this happens on this scale, though, luckily.
Yeah, we got $5 here by Nico Hart with a very simple comment saying, blood, more blood. And yeah, with that, Kill the Trader is now definitely in the lead by a little bit. So if you want to spare the trader, you got to get your donations in rather fast.
Yeah, okay. And rest of this level, yeah, there's more stragglers, there's more cleavers. There's a stool there, apparently. I didn't even really realize that was a weapon in this level, to be honest. I think it's in the bank somewhere, which is in now. If you kill the musicians in this game as well, there's they tend to, the music either changes or gets sort of, in this level it morphs a bit. So the pianist, you kill him and then the piano becomes really jagged and unseemly. In Disco, the music changes quite a lot. The DJ, if you kill the DJ in Disco, that is. And then in Biker Bar, there's a full band who keep playing until there are only a couple of people left alive, if you're interested.
Okay, 2 more.
All right, yeah, Last Cowboy, awesome. That was really top-notch time on that level, I'd say.
So that's 100% complete. We will now move on to Pirate Cove Night.
So that's the official category on Speedrun.com would be finished by now, which is a really good time. But we're going on to Pirate Cove Night, which is the final level. So, yeah, if there's any... You're right?
Alright, so I assume we're killing the traitor.
Yeah, so final check on the incentive, I think. That'd be good. Just make sure.
Yeah, give me 1 second.
Because there's a really fun trick we can do to get over there. We'll try to do.
We are indeed killing the traitor.
Alright, so what are we going to do is...
Blood for the blood god.
There's a pirate ship here with the mast tied down by a dagger. If you hold spacebar and run into it, you can jet all the way over to this island where the trader's carving some rocks in. And kick him like that. That's pretty much it. There's also you can kill him with a pistol, but it's a really difficult thing to be bothered with in the game. I think that Knight's exactly the same as Dave, but we can I can walk over the strategy again a little bit more. So yeah, there's also yeah, like as I say before, this level you just want to shockwave people into the ocean like that. The trader's part of sort of Beneath, which is a bit difficult to explain. There's sort of a larger rogue campaign in this game, where the traders show up, and then that's a reference to that. It wasn't in the game. But what's cool is we get 101% completion for this level now, so we're actually 101%, I suppose, rather than 100%.
Right.
Then all the people are now following Mounts of the Fear, including Blackbeard, you can see there. He has a cutlass. He's also possibly one of the worst enemies in the scenarios, because he just throws you about the place, lunges into you. Oh my god.
Oops, I can.
That was a bit
Alright,
messy,
so
but it was really clever. Anyway, I think that was necessary to save yourself there.
That was just bad timing, but...
Alright, a few more pirates over here. We can shockwave them into the ocean too. Look at that. And then the power bar slowly fills up as they get eaten by sharks, which is something you can see occasionally in this game. A few people on the beach as well. This is also fun. There's a 0G modifier in this game. I was trying to think about the incentive, how I could maybe word the incentive to be 0G, but I couldn't really do it in a way that was convincing or that was easy to explain. So I'm sorry about that. If we do this again at some point, that'll definitely be happening. We're coming up on final time here. Yep, Pirate Cove, nearly the night, nearly finished. A few more enemies left. And yeah, that's... Where's the last... Oh, this is the classic. He's stuck on a table upstairs, I bet.
Guess like often.
No? Okay, where is he then? I'm wondering. He could just be on the rocks somewhere. Okay, yeah, cool Unity-based physics there, as I'm sure many people are familiar with. Okay.
Alright. That's just...
That's a consequence of the poor shockwave. I love his arms just fell off there. Coming up on final time. 3, 2, 1. That's it.
That's it.
Let's paint the center 100%.
Alright.
So yeah, I'd like to definitely thank the Paint the Sand Red community, because this game is about 6 years old now, but it's only came out officially last year. And yeah, that speedrunning community for this game is amazing. It's a few years old, but it's very small, and we work on breaking the levels as much as possible and coming up with small routes, different things like that. And thanks Trident for being an amazing runner. That was better than I could have done live, definitely.
Yeah, it was mostly sensitivity was my problem, but I mean,
Yeah,
there's a decent run overall. I mean, I want to thank the ESA for this opportunity, and this was the first time Painted Town Raid is taking part in ESA. So
And any marathon, in fact. We've never been to ESA or any marathon to showcase this. This is a really amazing opportunity. Thanks so much to ESA for this. And yeah, that's pretty much it, I think.
Yeah,
If there's more donations at the end, whatever.
right,
Yeah,
yes.
before we go, I'd like to read some more donations here real quick. So we got this came in a little bit too late, but still, $5 by Yeet a Dog, saying, Snas, you should pistol the traitor, man.
Oh, no, we should have done that. Oh, well.
We also got $20 from Wiper, saying, save the traitor, kill the traitor, whatever happens, something will happen to the traitor. Sorry, traitor, you're dead. And we got Meta with $5.02 with all written in caps lock. So the trader must die. So yeah, thank you everybody for those amazing donations. And thank you for this very special run on Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
I don't think...
It's a fitting run for Valentine's Day, paint the town red, I think.
Yes, exactly. And yeah, like I said, thank you very much. And guys, we will be jumping into a quick intermission. And when we are back, we will get to see Ultimate Doom by Red Warrior. So please stick around for that.